Good morning, good evening, good day. It's Tracey back from Mattingley House. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing fabulous. Today we've got the next episode of this beautiful Harry Potter kit that we're doing from Puremind. And we work from pages 4 to 15 and we start building Hedwig's wings. So all the links are down below for you, so take a peek in the description. We've got a long one this afternoon, so we won't delay. Let's get on with it. Let's dive straight in. So now, in the book, it looks like it starts on page 4. So let's dive straight into that. Okay, now, that is the battery compartment. So let's get this out. I've only got one battery at the moment. I will get round to getting the other batteries. Let's empty this bag. So we've got the battery compartment and it's got a little connector there. That is a bag of a little wax block and a little wet and dry sandpaper with a tiny little screwdriver. So this is undo the casing. I don't have a screw in mine. Is it supposed to have a screw in there? Because there's no screw. Not unless it's in this bag and you've got to pop it in. Test the terminal head, remove it by wiggling to prevent wire breakage. Eek. So we've got to put that to that. And I'm assuming we've got to get red wire to red wire and black wire to black wire, because otherwise it probably won't work. So we'll make sure we get these the right way around and push them in. So that's a nice little fit, easy enough for the motor. And that's it. Now I will test later on whether this works, because I've only got one battery at the moment, but we'll come back to that. That's not a problem. I'll pick some up tomorrow. Okay, so we've done that anyway, so let's put that aside. Sort of done that, sort of. Okay, so we want C33. Now I remember we poked this out as a tester from the C page, so there it was, there, blonk. And let's rub. It's got a couple of little burrs, and because they give us a little piece of sandpaper here to rub the burrs off, which I actually might use my little nail file one, just because it's got a little handle, makes it a little bit easier. But we will rub all the burrs off so it's nice and neat. So there we go. That's this one. Oh, it's a part separator. Oh, so I didn't really need to look after it. It's just something that gets the other pieces out. Okay. Remove any burrs with the sandpaper. Yeah, okay, I've got it. It's just a part separator. Okay. Oh, we're moving straight onto this, are we? Really? Okay. Yeah, we are. Okay. Apply wax to the blue area. So we've got to get B18. So let's get the big piece out first, which is here. So we should be able to pop this out. I might use the end of that to get that out. There's B. Oops. And we also want B20 on that. And that is a little piece, B20. There it is. Let's pop. How many B20s? I'm assuming just one, because we've got a couple in here. Does it matter which one it is? I don't think so. and it might have more than one just in case of breakage, so I don't know, but we've got one of those out as well. Let's put it here. Oh, let's put me light on as well. I don't know if that's easier, but it's easier for me to see as well. Okay, what else do we want? A B21, which is on the B sheet here right next to that, so we'll get that one out as well. There's B21. And we want F5. F5, C, E, I is the little cog pieces. And F5 are these two here, and we just want the one apparently. So let's go for pushing this one out. And there's our little cog. Okay. Now we've got a wax. Everything that is coloured blue on there. Apply wax to all the blue areas, it says. So let's do that. So we've got to wax even this little piece. I'm assuming you just rub it on. It sort of crumbles in your hand, really. So there's that one. It looks to the entire cog. Ooh. Maybe I should hold it that way. And I'm assuming it's just one side, because then it goes down to the blue area. That piece doesn't need waxing, but around these holes does. So we'll go around that. Is that the right way round? It looks it, because the three circles are going the right way. Okay, I'm thinking it's the right way. Give this a good rub round with the wax. So you can't really see it, a little bit, but it seems to be fully waxed up. Okay, so if they can't be aligned, try flipping F5 before assembling again. So they're saying maybe the cog could be the wrong way round. So it looks like this piece goes underneath this right hand hole here. Yeah. There's two cogs there though, so I don't quite understand. Apply wax to both sides of the cog. So I've only done one side at the moment, but it definitely needs two sides. So I'm assuming that is F5 as well. So I should have got both cogs out. We'll put this one on and I'll go back and get the other cog. But I'll make sure I put it waxy side down. I don't know how far down you push it. And we will wax the top of that as well. But let's get the other F5 cog out. I failed to notice that it says F5.2 there. And I only punched out one. So there's another F5. And it also says B21.2 and B22. So let's get, let's take a bit more notice next time. So we want two of those and two of those. So I've got to wax this one as well on the little pokey up bit. La 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 la. Thinking, I wonder if it would have been easier with oil. There must be a reason why it's wax instead of oil though. There's got to be a reason to it. So we've got to get this cog waxed that side, put it on, and then wax the other side as well. So let's turn it over and wax this side as well. So that's that one waxed. We've got to wax the top of this one because we didn't wax this one on the top. So we will do that now. Ooh. Dee dee dee. This is a little messy. Don't know if that's too much wax or not enough wax. I'm not sure. Let's move those bits over there. Here. Oh, come here. Right. And I'm assuming they both go on exactly the same way. So this goes underneath. And then the cog can sit on it. And then we have to line it up that. And then it should sit in between those. I think that's it. Does it go all the way down? I think so. But I don't know if you should push it completely all the way down. So that one goes all the way down. This one, there you go. Just need a little gentle persuasion. So there we go. There's our two little cogs. Okay. And where do these go? And these go on top of the cogs. And what is the waxy bit for? Is the waxy bit the bit that goes in? I don't think so. I think the waxy bit is the bit that sticks up. So it's the 2 feet that go down. Something like that, by the looks of it. Something like that, I think. I'm sure we'll find out if it's right or wrong later. So, I don't know if they're facing the right or wrong way, but that's what we've got so far. Okay. Tick. First little bit. Tick. Okay, so we've got this piece here, and we've got to get B7. So let's get sheet B and look for B7. B1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. B7. And how many B7s are there? Just the one, I think, but we've got little bits in this, so I think we'll pop out the whole circle and try and keep all those numbers intact. And we'll keep them to one side. So this is the piece that we want, B7, and the little motor fits in here. So it looks like I've got to take this apart. I know I shouldn't have put it together. Wiggle it, said, so you don't break it. Let me see if I can use tweezers. Yeah, easier than fakey nails. Well, no, they're not fakey, they're my nails, but they got acrylic on them, so semi-fake, I think you call it. Okay, so we've got that in there. And we need some screws for this. So let's get the screw bag out. Open her up. Right, what ones do we want? Let's tip the bag out. Let's move through. We want 2, 1, which is P7. Let's move these eyeballs, or her eyeballs, or its eyeballs. We've got some bolts, nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nuts. 3 and 6 screws. So they're all the same by the looks of it to me. So it is a screw through the top and a nut to hold it on at the bottom. They're tiny. Ugh. Tiddly they are. Eek. I think it might be easier to hold the nut and use the screwdriver maybe. Let's try that. Yeah, that's the way to do it, because getting the little nut on, it's a bit tiny, so just put your finger on the nut and hold it still, and then you can happily do up the screw. Oh. Let's put that in. It seems to have moved. Hey, there. Right, let's get another nut. Oh, missed. Cool, these nuts are tiddly. Oh my goodness, that nearly left the desk. My gosh. Luckily, oh, that didn't go anywhere. Right, finger on it and hold it still, Trace. Okay, I got it. Woohoo! There we go. So there's the 2 screws in, holding the little motor in place into a B7. So tick. So tick, tick, tick. Tighten, complete. Yay, let's turn over. So that's page 5 done. Okay, page 6. So it looks like we can put this aside for a second. We now want B23. So we'll get this out, and it's this one down here, B23. Let's push it out. And again, it's got some more numbers on the inside, so we will keep that circle together. Keep the numbers in it so we know what parts they are, and put it to one side. Here we go. And we also need A46, 2 of them. So get sheet A. Here's sheet A. And we want 46. And there's, they look like little spark plugs. They look like a little spark plugs. So let's push them out. 1, 2. Out they come. Let's rub the burrs off of this so it doesn't get in the way. I should get my nail file out as well, because sometimes the flat nail file is easy too. What have I done with it? Here it is. Good old nail file. Although it's not so easy on these little parts, but it's handy on the big parts. Okay. Right. Oh, got to do the other one. Shilly me. Over and get that side as well. Get these burrs off. Okay. I think we got more. Oh no, there's still one there. Get it just in case. Keep it as clean as I can because I'm not sure what's important to remove the burrs on and what's not. So wax both ends basically, but you've got to pay attention to the orientation of the part. So you've got to make sure you get it the right way up. So there's a wrong way and a right way, is there? Okay, so let's see how we define. Okay, the second indent here is longer this end than it is that end, and the longer bit goes upwards, so it's the shorter bit goes in there. But we got to wax it anyway, so the wax is going all over the desk. I can't tell if this is really waxing it up or not, or whether it's just breaking it up all over the desk. I can't really tell. I think it's going on. It's just these little knobbly bits at the end you need to wax, just to make it slightly smoother for it to move. And we put the shorter part in B23. So the short parts go in there. Okay, where's the other one? What do I do with it? Where'd it go? I did pop out too, didn't I? Where's that gone? Make sure it's not in the book. It's not in the book. I definitely popped 2 out, so I don't know what I've done with the other one. Where's it gone? Oh, wow, I didn't see it. Look at that. It was you screaming. It was sitting there on its side, and I thought it was just a bit of rubbish sitting there. I didn't think it was the part. So that's that one end waxed. We're going to make sure we get this the right way round. And waxed. Okay, what a mess. Ugh, don't like the wax. So the short end into the B23. Short end down. Like so. It does push in tight sort of all the way. Like that. Okay, look at the wax on the desk. Okay, so this goes either side of our battery housing, does it? So we've got this one underneath the battery housing. Well, it goes through like so, like that. So it doesn't fit all the way because obviously the nuts that are on the battery housing keep it a little gap. There is a natural little gap that occurs because of the nuts. And then we put the cog piece on the top over these pieces and push it down into place. So let's do that. Let's do a piece at a time. Oh, hold on. Something's not quite right here because me cogs are not aligning with me battery housing. What's going on here? Oh, it twisted on me. but we've got, there we go, because you've got that little sticky up piece, you need to make sure it comes through that hole. So that one's through that hole, that one's through that hole. Do you push it all the way down? Yes. Firm it down until it screams. Okay, so there's that piece. That sort of still moves in the middle a bit, and these cogs still move freely. So, okay, that's that. Let's come down here. Angle conversion. I think that means sort of lay it out the same. I think, I think that's what it means. Anyway, let's get out A15 and A16 first. So this is a sheet A. Where is 15? I can see 17, and there is two 17s, so I'll pop them out at the same time. Oh, there it is. I've seen them. So there's 17. We want two of those. It says two, and we want the 15 and the 16. So this is the 15. Yeah. And the 16 is the smaller piece right beside it. And pop that out as well. And we've got little burrs to remove off of these. So let's remove the burrs. Because I'm thinking not only will the burrs maybe get in the way of the mechanism, but it looks nicer without the burrs as well. So, and I don't know what parts you're going to see and what you're not, so it's probably just worth getting all of the burrs off just for the heck of it. Okay, yeah, that one, and this piece. And we've got a little bow in there. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. I will have to stop and clean this wax up in a minute. Right. So leaving it at this angle, we've got two A17s, and they go on these three catches. So we've got 3 indents and 3 holes on each side. So it should clip all the way in there. And do the same with this piece. There. And give it a little shove just to make sure it's all the way in. And that holds all 3 pieces nice and secure, that does. And I think you just got to make sure you get it the right way round with the little droopy bits underneath. So let's put the big one on, hold it the way that the image has got it. And this one goes this side. We need to make sure, because there is 2 little notches, I'll go on the smallest little notch. So we've got to make sure you get it on the right notches. So there's definitely a right and wrong place to put this one. And we just got to manipulate it in. There we go. And give it a shove down. Okay, that seems to be all the way down, that one. Like that. And then we got this A16. Make sure it's the same way round as the picture. And again, it's on that outer little notch. So not the inner notch. So it's on that outer notch, not this one next to it. And then push that all the way down. Okay, so there's our piece so far. Okay. Looks like I've chipped it a little bit there. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. I think it's just the, look, see how that's chipped off? I might glue that back in place because I don't know what you're going to see and what you're not. Or if I can glue it back in place, you might not see it, to be fair, because this, I assume, is all just the workings. But I want to put it back in. If I can, if it lets me, of course, which, let's see if I can get it back in first. I'll use my pokey tool and a bit of wood glue and see if I have any luck. I mean, you might not see it. I mean, I've managed to get it back in. Look. Give it a little push down. But I've managed it. It's just where I shoved that pin down, it chipped off the outer creamy colour, that's all, but that's okay. It might or might not hold, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, okay, so that's that piece. Now it says, turn it. Turn it. So we had it that way, and now it wants to just turn it around. Why? Do you don't know if I understand that. I don't know if I quite understand that. Turn what? That seems to stop right there. Hopefully that is right. We'll find out right at the very end. I won't know if I've got it together until the very end, but it looks exactly like this. So I'm saying tick. Let's turn over to page 7. Oh, we got some more waxing to do, so no cleaning yet. I think we're going to have to wax a lot of the parts, so we might as well keep the mess on the desk for now. Let's get sheet F, because we want F4, so that'll be another cog. And it's just one. There's F4. So we'll put that down there. And B22. Sheet B. And B22 is a tiny little round piece. B34. There it is. B22, that piece there. So let's take that piece out. That's pretty small. Okay, let's put that there. So we've got to wax up the cog again. Hopefully I've put enough wax on these cogs. I mean, I'm just doing it and sort of it crumbling all over the desk. And I'm assuming you've probably got to wax both sides of this cog. So you might as well go for it. Okay. And this cog, woo, which is probably over waxed now, it's got to go on the silver mechanical part of the motor somehow. It is that way. Okay, she's on. Ooh, I don't want to. Do we shove it all the way down? I'm assuming we have to because it's got to meet up with the other cogs. There we go. See, it's chipped again. Look. Get this wax out of the way. It's lifted the wood here, right next to where it punches through. So, but it hasn't come all the way off on this one. So I'm just going to push it down with my pokey tool. But that, it might be worth putting some wax around that metal to just slide it on. But it's on now. And now we've got this little piece to sit on top of that as well, which will hold my little break. Hopefully this doesn't chip, because that one's a little small. It's a very snug fitting. Ooh, that one's sort of snapped as well. Look at that. Can you see it snapped there? I can see the line all the way down there. And I don't think I overly shoved it, but it's held one piece, but that has definitely got a slight snap. So I don't know if I should glue it, because obviously I don't want glue to get into any of the other parts and stop the model from working. I think we're just going to have to hope that it holds okay, but I don't know if you can see that. It has split a tiny little piece here, and the piece underneath also split going onto that metal pin, but it's on. So that's those two gone into place. And it does look like that, so we're a tick. Okay, let's get out. Let's put that to the side for a minute. Have a little sweep up of all the wax, because that is bugging me. It's all sticking to the desk. All right, get over there. Let's get out A4 and A5. And they're sort of long, thin, elbowy pieces. A4 and A5, somewhere over here. There we go. A4 is just one of each. A4 is the straight piece. And A5 has got like a little elbow piece right next to it. Let's get that bit off. There we go. That looks pretty good. That does that. That's got a couple of little burrs. Let's get them. Okay. So we've got to wax up. I don't know if we've got to wax up both sides of this, but holding it that way, it's just waxing this top piece. I'm going to do it over here. Where my yucky wax pile is. So that's waxed there, and we've got to wax, that's A6. I didn't get A6 out. Let me get A6 out. A6 is very straight, so that's that piece there. Is it just one? Yeah, just one A6. So there's an A6. And we've got to wax one end of the A6 as well, so. Okay, so that's waxed and that's waxed. We need 2 A41s and 2 A28s. Where? No. Oh, there's 41. So we want 2 A41s. 1, 2, and 2 A28s. What do they look like? Oh, they're little round things again. Can't see them. Are they in pieces we've already put aside? No. Oh, here. Oh, there's loads of them. Look at them. Oh, no. This is what split on that other one. So hopefully they don't all split. So there's those two. Right. So we've got to take a T-piece, which is an A41, put it under the hole that's not got the wax and put it through. And that goes through to a waxed area, but the wax is on top. Do you think I should wax underneath as well? I don't think so. And that goes in the second hole, like so. And then this little sort of wooden nut piece goes on top. Let's see if I can get it on without splitting this one. Ish. Yeah, I think so. I've got it on, but I'm assuming you've got to get it all the way down. Dang. Mm. Have I got that right? Hold on. Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Like that. Like that. Maybe I'm going to use see if I can use my tweezers to squash it down. I can't seem to squash it down the shaft. Not unless it's not supposed to. It's on the tip of it, but it doesn't want to go any further down. But I think it's got to, because you can definitely see it further down there. So I think we need to try and persuade it. Yeah, that's better. So put it on the desk and use the tweezers to sort of give it a little shove. That helped slide it into place. So now we've got a nice little fit. So there's that. Okay, right. So now we get the other T-piece and we put it where? Through, let's get this the right way round. That's that way, so we've got to wax this end. Let's wax both sides just in case. Right, and we've got to put the T-piece underneath the first hole of this one. And what hole does it go up through? I think it goes up through that second hole, but do you think that's right? Like that? It's got to, isn't it? I mean, there's no other hole for it to go through, really. That one? It wouldn't be that hole, would it? Maybe if we flick over to the next page, it'll give us the answer to that. Ah, see, it does, look. So we are in the correct hole. So we can carry on and put our piece on top. Now, let's see if we can persuade it on again. We'll do the same thing. We'll put it on the deck. And then, see if we can persuade it on with the tweezers. Yeah. Push it all the way down. So we've got that one all the way down now as well. And I'm thinking they've got to go all the way down. So let's just make sure they are all the way down. There we go. So there's that piece in there. All right, let's flip over the page. So that's page 7. So page 8. That lets you know that you've got it right. Let's look at it. I'm thinking it looks right to me. That looks good to me. Right, good. So we've got that there. Now we've got to attach it to our mechanism here. And it goes on. So if we hold it the way they've got it, this hole goes on this piece here. And then we put another A28 on the top of that. So let's pop out 2 more A28s. 1, 2. Oh, there it is. Oh, we come back here. Right, let's see if we can get this on. These are very small. I've got it on. Ooh, I just need to make sure it's pushed all the way down, which it isn't. Let's use the tweezers because the pokey tool might hurt it a little bit. Might dent it and stuff. Let's give it a little persuasion. Please don't break. So we're looking down just to make sure it's squashed all the way down onto this little T-piece here, and it is now. So that's that one. And then we've got this hole to go on this T-piece here. So open it out and get that one through that hole, and then put the other little A28 circle on that to hold that in place. And then squash that on. Okay, I've accidentally pushed up that, so push that down. And I'm assuming we've got to lock that down the same. So we will try and give it a gentle persuasion and push down on that little circular piece. So I'm just pushing either side of it to try and gently push it down, because I'm not sure how far down it goes. I think that is it. So there's that little piece. That looks like it's going to be the beginnings of his wings. Look. And looking at it from downwards and that way, you can see he's all together so far, and I think they're all squashed enough. And I think that's that tick. Right. This one, pay attention to the orientation of the parts again. All right. So let's get A9, which is a big corner piece. A9, where are you? A3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A9. Here, there's 2 of them. What do we want? We just want one. I assume they're the same, because I assume if you flip them over, let's get out one and take off the little burr. So that's him. Ooh, gentle. And we want an A40 and an A36, and they look like they're like H pieces. Well, there's a A36, so we want one of those. That's like a little H. We want that one. And the A40 is here. Let's push that out. This is actually a really handy little tool. So there's them 2. A40 is the big one, I think. So A40 goes in the top section. Is there a right and a wrong way? They look exactly the same to me. So that goes in this slot. I think it means you just got to make sure you get it in the right slots. There's a long piece and a short piece. doesn't want to go all the way in. Ah. Little gentle persuasion. Right. This little H has got like a little bend in it. And the little bend is at the top. And it goes into this piece. And you just got to make sure you get that the right way round. They want that bend at the top. Ooh. It doesn't want to go in. Come on. Ah, got ya. Let's give it a quick push down. I think that looks good, and that's the bend on the top, so keep it that way up. That's that one. That's page 8. Let's go on to page 9, and we want A42. So let's hunt A42 out. Where are you? I don't even know what it looks like. What is A42? Oh, it's a small oval. There we go. Now I know what it is. So we'll push out A42. And do we want just one of them? Yes. And we want C4. C4 is a big wing looking piece. So look, we actually get to do our first bit of wing. This one. So there's C4. And we want C21. And C21 is another straight feather. There it is down here, and it's got like a cross in the middle. And they're both C21s, because obviously he's got 2 wings, Trace. Okay, and we're doing one wing at a time. There we go. Right. And the order is that on the bottom, the coloured feather, and then that feather, and then that piece. That's the order. Okay, so let's start with this piece and thread on the feather. So it's got 2 little pokey holes for the long piece, and the other piece just sort of sits in it, I think, like so. Don't know, no, that's come undone, I think. Let me take that off, because I think that H is now moved. Yeah, it has. Let's try that again. Because if you push down, the H bit moves. Is it supposed to go into it? Because it doesn't actually fit into the slot, if you know what I mean. Or does it just sit there? That I don't know. Because it's not... It doesn't stick out enough to sort of hold the feather on that little piece. So maybe it doesn't. But then I don't know how it holds it. Maybe it just sits there. Maybe it just sits there, she says. But there's no way for it to sort of grip on, so... Okay, let's just hold the feather in place and then put the other feather on top of that. That can't be it, can it? But that's the way it fits into the slot. That must be it. It's a bit weird to see that, but that's how the picture's showing. And then you put this piece to hold them in place. Let's try it. to get on. That piece is not easy to get on, this little piece. Wow. Ah! Yeah, she's fiddly. And there really isn't much sticking up. Let's put it down on the desk and see if it makes it any easier to give it a little shove. Maybe. Let's get me tweezers again, because that worked last time. And push down with my tweezers. Sort of. I mean, it's barely holding on, but I think that is it. Ow! I've got a couple of indents in there now where I've given it a little shove, but I think that is it. Like that. That looks like it to me. I mean, this definitely looks like they're sticking out a bit more than mine. Mine's sort of flush. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. I can't tell. I mean, that doesn't actually go in that hole or anything either. Oh, you can give it a little shove to persuade it through that bottom a little bit. I mean, not a huge amount, but a little bit. Look. I think that's what it's kind of telling you, to make it come through flush. So we could persuade it back a little bit. Now it's flush. Okay, I'm sort of happy with that. That, I don't know why that doesn't want to go any more than what it is. So we'll give it another little shove down just to make sure it's all the way down. I think that's it. That's it. Okay. Just had to make double sure. Okay, so we want A8. Let's get A8, and it is another sort of elbowy piece, which is up here. This is all a wing mechanism. There's A8 and C24, so we need a big feather. C21, C24, I think are these big feathers here. So let's push that out and get the little burrs off, because you'll definitely notice it on these little pieces. Okay, and lay it out the same way. Okay, that way and that way. So this slot into this slot, like so. Okay, it's fascinating. It all fits nice and snug, but no gluing. I expected to be gluing everything being wooden, but no gluing so far. Well, other than my mistake. Right, okay, so this is the piece that we are now attaching, and we've got to get another little A28, which is one of those little round, tight little wooden cog things, or whatever they are. It's like a nut. So we've got to get another one of those out. And A45, which is one that looks like a piston again. So up here. And this. Let's get the burrs off. What was that? I think that was the cat. Cat and dog are playing in the background if you hear some noise. Playing or fighting, one of the two. Play fighting. There it is. Some of these are a bit little and they all look like wax blobs now. Okay, so we've got to wax our ends of this stalk piece. So we'll go all the way around and wax both of those ends. I don't know if you're supposed to wax the sides, but I have been. This is messy with the wax. Messy. Now, both sides, which I did, and that looks exactly the same both ends. So I think it won't matter what way round it's going. And we're going into, I think it's going into the top piece, this circle here, and we're taking the corner. So it goes up through the corner like so, and then up through this, and then put that end little piece on. Okay, let's hold that there and see if we can get this on. See if we can get any better at getting them on. Not really. I think more than anything, I'm frightened of breaking it. So I'm scared to sort of over push it in case I break it. I think that's most of the trouble. It's me scared to push it down into place. But there's that wing. So I think I've got it in the right place. It's in that top hole and in that corner hole. Done. Right. Turn her over. That's page 9. Page 10. Page 10. Right. Note that this end is the long side. Don't tell me there was a long and a short side. They looked the same. Oh, this is another piece, Trace. Okay. I was going to say, that looked the same to me. Let's get it out. We want A7. What is A7? A7 is a long piece. So this is A7. That's A7. So we've got that one out. And we want 2 A28s. And they're the two little nut things. 1, 2. A47, which is a piston looking thing. There it is. There's that. And a C3. What is C3? C3 is a wing. Wing piece. C5. Ah, this piece over here. And there's the wing piece that we're attaching this time. So we need to grease again, and there is a long and a short end of this. Let's get its burrs off. And see if we can see what side's the long side and what side's the short side. Right. Yep, that's long side, that's short side. And we want long side up. Okay, so let's wax both ends first. Dee. I think it'd have been easier to have like a little tray and have done the waxing on the tray so it's not all over the place. Let's wax this both sides. Okay, so we want long side up, and it goes up through, I'm thinking the bottom hole. So does it go through that as well? It looks like it. It goes through both of them, and it's the long side. So through that first hole and through the second hole, yeah, and put the little nut thing on. Carefully put the little nut thing on. So let's make sure we try and face it the right way. Okay. And we are giving Hedwig some wings. Right. I gotta try and give it a gentle persuasion again. Please be nice to Trace and don't break. We don't want you to break. We just want you to behave yourself. And just gently slot into place. It doesn't want to go in. Some of it is definitely me, where I'm just scared to push it. Are you all the way down? You're not, are you? Come on. I think that's all the way down now. So we got that one in. Woo! Right. So that's that in. Okay. So we move over here and we've got, there's his bottom wing. Let's get that in the right place. There is, so it's hold it that way, hold it that way, and put that on there. Like that. No gluing, kind of weird. And that goes under our pin that we've got in place, our long pin. Which one, the first one or the second one, because there's two. Let's turn it on its side a little so we can see our two pins here, but we've also got one here, and I think it's there that we're concentrating on. So that goes in that second hole. Like so. Let's turn it over. So that would need like a little cog piece on. But let's have it upside down. And this goes into the first hole. So nothing on that bottom one yet. Is that right? Let me hold it. So the one at the front is not got anything on. We're in the one at the back with this big wing attached. I think that's right. And we need a cog piece to try and get a little, what do you call them? I thought I got one out. I must have used it. I thought I got a spare one out. Oh yeah, I did, but it's there. And we've got to get that to hold onto there. I must admit, these are a little fiddly. Oh, look, one's just fell off. These are definitely, oh my life. So we've lost one from underneath. So that one's come off. And this one don't want to go on. And because that wing is sort of in the way, Can't I take that wing out of my way for a minute? Let's take that out of the way. Let's take the squeaky toy off the dog. Wait. Let me have that, thank you. Daisy was completely under the desk with a squeaky toy and I had to go and get it off of her. So I've took that little bit of wing off because it might help me get this piece on without it there. Which it does. That was definitely easier without that wing in place. And let's squeeze that down. That's that. Now, our little cog fell out of the other side, so let's flip it over. Or whatever you call these pieces. They're not cogs, but they're holding pieces, aren't they? But that fell out, so now we've squashed that back on. Okay. Right, let's put the wing back in place now and make sure we get it the right way round. Let's hold it. And it's the big bit to the front. Hopefully I've got it right. Is that right? I'm asking you, like, hey, look at the book for me and tell me that's right. So we've got nothing on this piece here at the moment. That looks good. That wing is facing down. It looks good to me. What do you think? So far, so good. So there's that. Okay. Little fiddly, but take your time. And so far it's been achievable, but a little fiddly. Is that supposed to have a cog or nothing on it at the moment? Maybe we're adding to it. So that hasn't got anything held on that one yet either. Okay, let's go on to this piece. That probably goes on there. So we want 2 A28s again, which are the little wooden nut things. So let's push 2 of those out. 1, 2 of those. We want 2 B31s. 2 B31s. And what do they look like? They look like little paddle wings. B31. Here. These. We want both of those. So let's take them out. Yep, what else do we need? And a C28. And what is a C28? It's a big piece. Oh, that's A, Tracy. We want C. The dog went and got another squeaky toy. If she comes close, I'll get it. But that squeaky toy is not as squeaky as the one I've just took off of her. Right, and there's our... Let's lay them the way that they are on the picture. Just so that we try and keep them the right way. That and that. Okay, so that's them. Right. Back to here. So, are we actually doing something with this piece now? Yes, okay. So we've got this piece. So it looks like we turn it around. Yep. And we put it, I think we've got to flip the whole thing over. And we put it on these pieces. So the piece that hasn't got anything, I think. Okay. I almost feel like I'm working on a different wing. I mean, that looks like it's the left-hand side now. Look. doesn't it? It looks like the left-hand side, whereas I'm working on the right-hand side. Am I supposed to be building both wings at the same time? Because I haven't. I've only done one at the time. And that doesn't look the same. It looks like the other wing. I know it's saying turn it over, but face it downwards? Face it downwards like that. Ah, okay, face it downwards like that. Gotcha. Get this piece and I think it's that way. And it goes on that slot there and those two pins there, I think. So one in there, into the slot, and it gets squashed on there. Making sure we don't lose anything along the way. So there's that one, and we've got put two of those little holding nut things on, and hopefully get it on. Oh, that one went on nice. Oh, if only they all went on like that. But they don't. Let's get that one on. Oh, that one went on too. Go. Nice. Right, let's give it a little shake. Squeeze it with the nails. That looks like it's all the way on to me. Let's give it another little poke. And this one. There. Okay, so there's our right wing so far. Right wing. Okay. Ooh, and he sort of moves, he flaps. It's coming to life. Anyway, put it back over again, Tracey. Keep it that way up, the way they've got it, and get this big piece, and it goes up through two slots from the big bottom slot all the way up to the top slot. Nearly pushed me cog thing off then. They easily come undone, some of these. That one's quite loose, that one. Now I'm assuming we've got to push him on a little bit better. There. Okay. This little wooden nut, it comes off quite easy. So that's that one on. And then we've got, this goes into the little slot beside, which is here. There. And this one, oh, it's not even really a slot. It's like an open slot, that one. It hasn't got an edge. And he fits in there. How does he stay in there? Oh, okay, he kind of does. Okay, there's that piece in there. So that was an open slot, and that is the little slot there. So tick, done. So let's have a quick close-up of what we've done so far and turn it around for you so you can see. Okay. He's looking okay, isn't he? That one little nut though does come off quite easy, that one. So I'll keep my eye on that one. Anyway, that's page 10. So let's flip it over and have a look at page 11. Page 11, right. Let's get B27. B27. B17, B29, B30. Ah, here, tiny little feather. How many? Just the one. And we want C6 and C29. So C6 is big. One of these. That's C6. And C29 is a chunky feather. 31, 5, 4, 6, 20. Oh, here. C29 is one of these. Right. Let's make sure there's no little burrs. This one's got one. That piece, and it's nice that we're not gluing, although I think I'd feel more comfortable with it glued, funnily enough, but let's get some of this wax, is bugging me. But you could glue it, couldn't you? I mean, some of those little cog things would be nice and glued. Right, anyway. So let's position our wings and everything the way it is in the picture, so that I get everything the right way round. I think that's that way. And that one's that way in the picture. Okay, so where are we fitting these two? Have we moved everything? It looks like we've tilted it that way again now. It looks like it's this way, I'm thinking. And we're going on to, oh, that little bug. Hey, get off. There's a little fly buzzing around. This big slot is going on to the top slot by the looks of it. Right up here, I think. Let's try it. Gosh. So on there it goes. And this little one is going onto the little square. Which one? I'm thinking it's this one here, because that's the little bent H piece. And it fits on here. Like so. Give that a little squeeze. So there's those two feathers in place there. And then C29, right. Let's hold it the way it wants us to hold it. And it is going on to, I think it's going on to the H. This is going on to that bent H sort of piece with the two square holes. That's going on there, like so. Yep. There's that. There. Done. Very nice. Okay. On to the bottom. So we want C5 and C27. And they're big feathers. So there's a C27 and C5 is the biggest one. Let's look at all this wax. The wax is yucky. Let's Just clean him up a little. He doesn't need much cleaning up. I want to get that little burr off. Because obviously the more you sort of scrub him, the more you take off his nice laser burnt edges. Let's lay these the same way round as the picture has it. So it's that way and that way. Right. Looks like the big piece goes on first. And where are we aiming for this? So I'm thinking, because I'm looking mostly at this little feather because it points down. So holding the piece like this, take the big feathers. We've got 3 notches here, and it looks like we've got 3 notches that will line up. So we've got one here, and one here. And that's where our big feather is going. So let's offer that up and see if we can get it on. See if we have any luck. Oh. That's that one and that one. And the bottom one. Turn it around and... that one doesn't want to go in. Don't know why. Give it a more of a gentle persuasion. Let's go for a little squeeze. Yep. It takes you a little bit of a while to decide how much squeeze you can afford to give it so that you don't break it. But actually, you can give it a bit more squeeze than you think. So there's that feather. And then we've got this piece, I think, goes on top of that. Like so. Yep. And it looks like that. And it does look like that. So tick, page 11. Tick. Right, let's move on to page 12. Right, page 12. I think we'll get one wing done today. Actually, this is starting the other wing. That is one wing. That's one wing. Let's get started on wing 2 and see how we go. Because I think we've been running for about an hour and a half now. Let's get, we want an A28 again, which is those little nut things. We want 2 of those this time. So get those 2 out. We want A5 and A6 here. A5 is the elbowy looking piece. Now we've built one wing, we should be able to build this wing no problem. So there's A5. We want A6 is a straight piece. There's A6. And we also want A4 while we're here, which is that piece. Because that's on that side. And we also need 2 A41s, which are the little T pieces. Where were they? Oh, in the middle. So they are, I saw them somewhere here. Oh, here, there's one. 1, 2. Let's get them out. Right. So we've got our pieces for this bit. So we've got to do a bit of waxing again. So keeping that the way it wants us to have it in the picture. Come over here to our yucky wax area and give this wing a bit of a wax up. Both sides. and then lay it down the way it's got it on the picture. Wax the end piece like so. So those both left hand pieces are waxed. Right, the waxy end and the non-waxy end. Get a T-piece through the non-waxed hole and put the corner of this piece on, followed by one of those little nut things. There's a lot of wax, Trace. And ooh, get this on. Right, let's put it down and push down with our tweezers. Right, so we got that piece down. Okay, so that's that. Right, let's get the other piece on. He's got a bit of stuff he shouldn't have on him, and we've got to grease his single hole. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Let's grease that up. Grease it up, wax it. Okay, that's his waxy bit. And that's got to go into that second hole. So it's up through the non-waxy end. Here. Up through the non-waxy end and then up through the second hole. Is that right? That's the straight edge and that's the second hole. Yeah, I think so. Is it like that? I think it's like that. Feels weird this time because it's sort of back to front. And we've got to try and, missed. Squeeze this down. Let's put it down, do what we did last time. Because then we can use our nail and tweezers at the same time and push down together. Oh, that one don't want to go on. Oh, this one's being a bugger. Come on. Don't make me get violent with you. It just, wow, this one don't want to go on. This one is resisting. Oh, no, this one don't want to play ball. Why? Why don't you want to play ball? Come on. I tried to use my teeth then. I couldn't do it. This one is being a bugger. This one don't want to go on. Ease it down each side. Push each side. Down, 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 down. Okay, we're on. Okay. Yeah, that one was being... That doesn't seem right. Is that... That's not right, is it? Or is it? Hold on. It's like that, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Flip it over, Tracy. I had it upside down. That's why. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That looks like that piece. We're good. We're good. All right. I need to do something here. Oh, sorry. I've got to place a comment on a video Copy. Paste. Making sure I don't paste the wrong comment on the wrong video. Oh, I think that's right. Comment. If it's wrong, you know why. I was busy building at the same time as doing a comment and obviously not looking where I'm going properly. It could have been, but hey, I can't stop and read the comments at the moment because I'm busy building Hedwig. Right, okay. We move on. So we've got to flip it again because it says moving it. Now I'm assuming because we've got to turn it up the other way because we are building this wing. Is that what it meant? And flip it over like that. That's what it looks like to me. Right, and we're going up through this hole this time. Like that. And we've got to put a nut on it. And the other one, hold up, goes where? Oh, onto there. Okay. Hold up, she says, hold up. There. Them two. And they've both got to have the little nuts on. So I need to get out 2 more of those. What are they? A28s. Them. Let's get 2 of those out. Okay. And get them on. Right, which is it? So it was this one here. No, I didn't break it, did I? I think it's broken. Yeah, it's broke. No, so I might have to try and take that off and glue it. But that T-piece that holds that nut in is snapped here. I had a feeling something like that was going to happen, you know. They are buggers to put on. But of course now, it is sort of barely holding. It's barely holding on. So now I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if I can just squeeze it on or not, or whether it's completely just broke. I'm thinking it's completely just broke. I mean, it is just about hanging on, but I can't push it down anymore because obviously that is going to break. But I don't know if you can see that, but it's broken here. Not completely all the way through, but it might as well be completely all the way through. If I can't get that, down, let me put the nut on this one. I knew one of them was going to do that to me. I knew one of them would do it because they are buggers to get into place. They're not easy. And let's see what I can do with this now. I think I need a pair of pliers to see if I can give it a squeeze. So let me get out a pair of pliers and see if we can squeeze it. Or whether I've got to remove and glue somehow. But, oh, how did you come off? Oh, the whole thing's come off. Okay, there's the answer to that. It's broke. Oh dear. Now how to repair it. I don't know. Let's go for squeezing this on this wing, if that is at all possible. I thought one of them was going to... Oh, that's making it worse. They're buggers. They really are buggers, those little things. I don't like those little cog things. Those wooden cogs are a pain. Now I'm hoping that, because this is his whole wing movement now, I'm hoping I can fix it somehow. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, let's turn him over, because that's where he's broken from, down there. I mean, that one sits there, but without that being attached to that T-piece, it is not going to turn the cog at all. And I don't even think I can glue that now, you know, because I don't think it's facing the right way even. Oh dear. What a shame. We were doing so well, weren't we? We were doing so well. But that T-piece is completely snapped. I wonder if I can glue that back together. I don't think it'll ever hold together. I wonder if there's any spares. I need to backtrack now and see what number that was. Right near the beginning. Not good. It was right on top of the cog, so that's right near the beginning. It's these pieces. It's one of those. Where is it? God, that is right at the beginning. It is B20. I bet we don't have another B20. Let's have a look. How sad. There is 2 more B20s. Ooh. Do you think they're needed elsewhere? What do you think? It's there in case you break one. Ah, look, well, if I use it now and I need one later, I'll have to figure it out later, because we can't continue without his wing. So I need to get this replaced. And hopefully we don't break this one as well. But there is one more. Does that need greasing up? Let me check. No. Yes, the very top needs a grease. So that piece that's sticking out needs waxing. Let's flip it over and wax that side. I'm hoping I'll be able to get it in place without taking the whole birdie apart. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, I know we've got to take this apart, and it looks like I've mullered that now as well. I think the whole thing is mullered, Tracey. Right, let's see if we can get this little... Because even that little cog thing is a bit squashed. Oh, it sort of broke that as well. Oh dear. Let me see if I can put some glue and hold this piece together. I'm not sure where to glue because it's sort of all over it. Okay, so there's that piece anyway, sort of repaired. There's our broken T piece. Now let's have a look. So we've got to pull this one out and put that new one in. Do you think I can do it with this without doing any damage? Let's try it. Okay, that came out quite easy, she says. Let's put that in. Doesn't want to go all the way in. Come on, Hedwig. Ah, yay. That looks like it's sort of out a little bit anyway. Is that up the wrong way? I'm confused now. Let me go back to the beginning. Oh gosh. Oh golly gosh. They look different. I've done something really wrong, I think. That one doesn't look the same as that piece. Was it on the other side? Have I got it upside down? Don't think so, but they don't look the same. Have I got that piece upside down? How did I do that then? Because they're supposed to look like that. Let me put the needle in my bottle. Oh no, we come across a hiccup, and it's a big hiccup. This piece here is not the same as that piece, and I don't know if I'm looking at this right or wrong now. Let me flick forward to see where I can see the 3 cogs. Yeah, they're supposed to be exactly the same. How did I end up with that piece not being that way round? This piece looks like it is now wrong way round. I'm going to try it. I used my teeth to get it off. I'm going to unhook his little wing, if it lets me. This piece is not the same as that piece. Why? I don't know. Let's pull that out. It's supposed to be the same. Maybe it's just not pushed down enough. Let's go for it again. Maybe when I stuck it on that piece below, it pushed it out. There we go. That was not down in the slot properly. I think where I clicked them together, it pushed that piece up and out. There we go. Let's put that back on. And try not to break anything, Trace. There's that little cog. Right, okay. Boy, oh boy. Right, where were we? That's with broken pieces. Right, let's start again. Okay, I hope that they're spares. I just hope they're spares. Let's hope I can get this piece on now without breaking this piece. Let's see. So, let's hold it the way you're supposed to hold it. Let's put that down there, and we've got it's that way round, and it goes through. Well, that's not right. Surely it'd be like this is the elbow piece. So doesn't that just go on here like that? Is it that way round? Yes. But it's got to go on that hole and that hole. So, and it was that one that I broke, wasn't it? So let's see if we can put this on without breaking it this time. Would be good. Now this is the dodgy little one. That went on easy, but that's probably because it's a little bit mullered. Now, look at the state of my desk. That needs a little cog thing as well. I thought I'd got all the cog things out, but obviously not. Let's get another one, wherever it is. Where are you? These. I could have swore I got them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Seems an even number. And then I must clean my desk a little bit. Alright, so it's this one, isn't it, here, that's got to have the little piece. Oh. And that one goes on there. Oh, I'm now scared of it in case I break it again. Support the back and give it a little shove, Trace, because you've got to give it a shove because it needs to go all the way on. Because if it doesn't go all the way on, you won't get all the parts in. Okay, there we go. Right, we're on without breakages. Woohoo! Although that little one looks a little iffy, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It looks good to me anyway. Right. Oh, page 12 done. Page 13. And that's what it should look like. And it does, I think. There's the wing. That looks good. Even though that wing is a little bit baggy. That bit's on top. Yeah, that looks fine to me. That looks good. Right. Pay attention to the orientation again. So we want A9, which is like an elbow piece. A9 is here. No, that's A8. A9 is that one. That's A9. Put that way, and we want A36 and A40, and then like the little H pieces again. So there's A36 is the bent H, and A40 is the long H. Okay, so lay it out, and we've got to make sure we get, holding it the way it is, that crooked H is up the top with the crooked bit to the top. Gosh, don't want to go on. I think we had trouble like that last time. Okay, there's that one. And then the long one goes in the bottom notch. And get that on. And I think we pushed it on like this last time. So there's those pieces. Daisy, can you stop pacing, please? Right, there's that one. So we want C21. We need a couple of the wings now. C21 is a big long one, which is here with the cross in it. That's C21. C4 up here. There's C4. there's that piece, and A42 sort of holds the pieces in place. Where's A42? Is round there in the middle. There it is. And there's the little round piece. And I think that's all we need. So we've got this piece going through the one with the cross first. Ooh. In you go. In you go. And I know we managed to get this poking through level on the other piece, so we're going to try and do that again without breaking it, Trace. Don't break it. Oh, don't push that down. How did I do it? I don't want to go through. Oh, that's it, I think. It's sort of level. I think that's it. Oh, not too far. Squash it back down. Right, there's that one. And then we put the second. Oh, he's got a couple of burrs on. Let me get those so it looks nicer. Wing facing down, and he goes on those big pimples there. And then the piece to hold them both in place goes on. Like, oh, that. Let's put it down and give it a little shove just to make sure it's on. I think it is. Not, I don't think it, I think it needs to go down just a little bit more. There's still a bit of movement. I think that's better. That's better, I think. Okay, so that's that. And it looks just like it. Okay. C24 is a big feather, which is here in the middle. So let's pop that out. And A8 is like an elbow piece, which is this piece here. We'll pop that out. Ooh. There we go. Let's get the burrs off. And off of our wing. Okay, right. So we take this piece, goes up through the slot of this piece. Like so. Ta-dum! Okay, so page 13, tick. I think we'll carry on for a couple of minutes. A14 is next. So we've got to click out A45 and wax up, which is the little piece that looks like a valve or a spark plug. That's him. Let's get his burrs off because we don't want them to stop us from getting it in place. Both sides. and wax his ends. Both these ends need waxing. Dee-dee-dee. And the other side. And his edge. Give his little edge a wax. Ooh. Okay. Right, let's bring him back down. So he's even. It's exactly the same both ways, so that's fine. And we take this piece and we come up through the corner, and he comes up through the top hole here. There's a lot of wax there, Trace. Get some of that wax off. And then he'll have one of the little, did I get them off? I didn't. You stay there, mate. I've got to go get some nut things. Let's get some more nutty things. These, how many do we need? 2 of these. Come on, here you come. Don't resist. Right, let's do that again. So, this piece comes up through this piece and then has the little nut holder thingy holding it on. If you can get it on straight, Tracy. Straight would be good. And gentle. There we go. There's that one. Tick. Okay, now what? A47. So that's the last little valve looking thing. Let's push him out and get his burrs off. And wax his ends. Wax both ends. Ooh. Let's get all that extra wax off. Right, so pay attention to the long ends of him. The long end is to the top, short end to the bottom, and that goes up through this hole here, yeah, and then through that hole there, therefore holding the wing together, and the little nut then is placed on top. Little nut thing. We will classify it as a nut from here on in, because I insist on calling it a nut. Well, it's sort of like a wooden nut, isn't it? It's holding it in place. So there's that one. Done. Okay. This one. So let's pop out C3, which is his little bottom tail feathery thing. The little sticky outy bottom one. So let's pop that out. And we want A28. 3 of them this time. So let's get 3 of the wooden nuts. 1, 2, ooh, 3. Where did you go? Oh, there, we got them all. Yep, what else do we want? An A7. What is A7? Long and thin. So here. This one. Right. Okay. So there's that one. Right. Let's lay it out the same way. So there's that. And then this, oh, he's got a couple of burrs. Let's get them off because I think you'll notice it on those feathers. That goes up the long side like that. And I think I took that off last time to help. Look, it's a little bug. Bugger off. Goodness me. Little fly bug thing. He's still on my book. Look. I've squashed him on the book. I think I took that out last time to get a nut in, but we will do the same thing. We'll put it in. And then that goes... Let's tilt it again. Apparently, we got to tilt it. Is it that way? Yeah. Was it that way? Make sure I get it the right way. And it goes through. That second hole goes through that one, yeah, and it goes to the back hole. That was what I couldn't quite remember. I couldn't quite remember if it was the front or the back. And yeah, look, again, I'm going to take that wing out because getting the nut on there with the wing in place, not easy. So I think it's easier to take that little wing off, that little feather, I should say. And see if we can squash this little holder on. Oh. Right, he's on. Let's get another one. Ooh. And that holds this one on, I think. Do we put one there? Hold on. I don't think we do we? No. Why have I got so many nut holders then? I don't know. But I nearly put a nut holder on that and you don't have one on it yet. Got to get a little bit carried away. But there's that one on anyway. And then we can put his little tail feather back on. Or whatever it is. I just got to make sure I get it the right way around. I think it's that way. It's an easy fix if it's wrong. I think it's that way. Yeah. Okay. Next, this piece. So this piece goes... Okay, we've flipped it over now. So we've flipped it that way, like that. I think it sort of looks like that. And it goes, let's hold it the way it is here, like that. And it goes on these two holes, is that right? Those two. Does that match the other side? Yeah, it is those two holes. And they both have nuts on. Or whatever it is you call them. Something slightly more polite than nuts. Oh, let's turn it around. Because I can't see it. And let's squeeze him on. Come on. No misbehaving, please. You've already misbehaved once. We don't want any more breakages. I might have to put them both on and then gently see if I can use my tweezers again to persuade it into position. Hence the wax, I think. The wax is to sort of help get them on, but they're still uber tight. That one don't want to go on at all. I'm sure that happened last time. Right, let's see if I can do a little gentle persuasion. Ooh. Don't want to push anything that shouldn't. This one is not on at all. Gosh, that one don't want to go in. I use my teeth. Even my teeth don't want to. It don't want to do it. She's tight. Is this one? Let's see if we can edge it around. That side and then that side and then that side. Come on. Get on. It's another one of those that is an uber tight fit, but I think she's in. She's in. Right. My goodness. Page 14. Woo! Flip it. And get more pieces out. So we want the feathers. So that's, we want C28, which is the shaped one. The big shaped feather. Reminds me of some sort of weird submarine periscope. And oh, it's B31. Ah, these two little pieces here. Let's get that out. What else? That's those. Oh, B27. B27 is a little feather. And there's B27. And C6 is a big feather. C6 is the big one. That's C5. This one, C6. That's that one. Okay, I think we've got all our pieces. Right. Let's make sure we're holding it the right way round. So it looks like it is with the wing pointing down, and we've got this piece goes up in the big slot here up to the top slot and then grips in there. Like so. So there's that one. It goes through the big slot into the top slot. Right, that's that one. And then we've got these little pieces. And then we've got one in this slot here. Ooh. Can't get my fingers in. There's him. Oh, let's turn him around a little bit. There. And then we've got the other one that goes in the slot that's not really a slot. It's like a gap. Well, that's got to go in here. Gosh. That's tighter than the other side. I think she's in. Ish. Could go in a little bit more. There we go. Right, now it's in. Okay. So that's that one. And then we've got the big pieces that go on top. So I've just got to make sure I get them the right way round. So I think it is that way round because it matches that one. And they go, we've got, where's the big slot go? The big slot is, what one's the big slot? Here somewhere. Is it? It's not that one. That one's all the way up there. Uh-oh, don't tell me I've got these round the wrong way, because it... Oh, no. Oh, no. Have I got them round the wrong way? Yeah, I have got them. I think I've got that and that round the wrong way. Haven't I? Oh, no. Oh, it's come out anyway. How did you come out? Get back in. Although, I might have to take you out because I think you're wrong. I think you're in wrong. He's come out of his little slot anyway. There we go, he's back in. But I think I've got this upside down. I think the easiest way to tell would be to take this wing off and match it in. No. Did I have that upside down? Oh no. Oh, bugger. Or have I got that one the wrong way round? One of them's wrong. If I'm looking at this piece here, we're supposed to have like that. There's, yeah, that, oh, that is right. Maybe it's that ring that's wrong then. I don't know. I'm confused. Let's turn it round like so. And that's supposed to go up there. Yeah, that doesn't look like that wing. We might have to redo that one. Let's put this one in and then we'll see which wing looks better. If it goes in. Yeah, this one looks better. I think I've got that upside down, that's all. We'll see. Right, there's that one. And then we got this little one. Let's flip it over. And it goes on... which pimple? I think it's that pimple there. I think it's that one. Oh. There. I think it's that one. Like that. That's a bit weird. That's not right, is it? No. Let's take that one off. That one don't feel right already. I think that's like... Oh, come on. Yeah, I've got it upside down, that's all. Dopey. Let it upside down. Okay, that's better looking. That looks better. Okay, that looks better. I think I've got that wrong because obviously his wings don't match. Let's pull this one off. Let's take that one off. And should I take that one off? But it fitted. No, hold on, that's a different wing, you silly moo. Oh my God, it's underneath. You can't see it, can you? Because it's underneath. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm way too flappy. Obviously, the wings are doing it to me. Let's go on. Let's move on. And see what it's like once we get the next row of wing feathers on. Let's get some of this yucky wax off to the side. Oh, the wax is awful. Okay, that's a bit better. Right, let's get out C5, whatever that is. C5 is the big wing. The one that I was just about to take off the other side. There's that one. And we want C27, which is another piece of his little wing. Yep, that's those two. And this side we want C29. Here, this one. And that's this one. And that's it. Right, okay. Let's see what damage we can do to this. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Right. Let's ignore that side and just look at this side, Tracy. Right. We've got two pimples here that this feather sits onto, which is that funny H. And they sit there. So let's get him on. If you can. Okay, yep, he went on. Good. Good, good. Right. That's him on. And then we've got the big piece. Let's get his little burr off. Big burr on that one, actually. Make sure we put him the right way up. That way up. Okay. And then this has got to be tilted, I think. It's got to be tilted. Tilt down. Yeah. Like that. And it goes on here. So we've got one piece there. Let me put him to the side so I can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. And gentle. There's that one. One piece. Oh gosh. A little bit tight to get on that one. Where's the other? Let's get the bottom piece on. Oh, what have you squeezed now? Oh no! I've broken that one now with my little finger. I was holding it. We are not having complete luck with this kit. Oh, oh dear. I've held on to it with my little finger and my little finger broke it. Oh dear. This little finger squashed it. No. His wings are doomed. So that's broke off there. There's no way that is going to have a spare part. I think if I lift the cog up, that little cog, and then put that back in place, I might be able to get it back on. But obviously it has broken from its mate. Oh no. Let's finish this bit up anyway, and then I'll have to set about repairing that before we go any further. So there's that piece on. So at least the wings look the same, but now I've got a repair job to do because that has broken from that. Yikes. And that sits on that cog. So this is the second piece now that's broken from this section. Same section, funnily enough, but I'm going to try and glue this piece on here and then get it back in place and then get that back on it. And I will do that in the morning. So anyway, we are going to leave it there because it's already been sort of 2.5 hours, but we're so close to getting his wings finished, and we are on page 15. But I do have a little repair job to do before we can go any further. I've just got to get that back in there. I think I can do it. I've just got to leave the glue time to get that back in. Anyway, let's go back up top. I thought I'd quickly show you my little repair job. You can see where I've glued it here. I've glued it back on, and I've just got to let it dry, and I think that'll be okay. Fingers crossed, but I think I've repaired it. We'll find out tomorrow when we continue. Hedwig! Okay, I made a meal out of some parts of that now. Here's Hedwig's wings so far. Now, as you saw, I have done a little repair because as I was pushing a part in, my finger pushed this and broke this little mechanism here. But I think I've glued it. Now, I'll show you what I used. I used glossy accents. Because even though if you're into craft and cards and things like that, you know, glossy accents is a must-have in most craft rooms. But it's a really good glue as well. So this is what I've used. And I hope I've fixed her wings. Now, I know on the next episode, we test this part. So we will find out in the next ep. So let's see how far we get on the next episode. So I don't know if it's going to be one more episode or two more to finish Hedwig. That depends on how many more calamities I have. So thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, be good, take care and look after yourself. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.